Hi, this is going to be a short and hopefully useful tutorial on how to rename functions that are already present within PHP. Now, by a function, I mean a function such as strlen, which calculates the length of a string. So if our string here was, for example, I already have a word preset here, we just copy and paste it over, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So, say we want to find out how long this string is here, we would use this strlen function and we'd specify a string. And then what we could do down here is we could echo this out, or we could put this into a new variable. So we're just dealing with functions. If you don't know what functions are, I have a basic tutorial on them, so go and check that out. Anyway, if I refresh this, we can see that we've got a 35 character limit. We are taking our string, finding out the length using a function, and echoing out this function. So, say if I wanted this strlen renamed to something more easy to remember, so for example length, this would be a lot more convenient, or you could say string length, however you want to rename your function. For now I'm going to rename it length. Now at the moment when I refresh, you can see that this is an undefined function at the moment, which is why I'm now going to include a page called myfunctions.php, and this is up here. I've already saved it out. It's in the same directory as index.php, and I've got my tags set up. Basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a function called length. I'm going to create my block of code that's containing this function, or that's contained within this function, and inside here I'm going to type, for example, text. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to simply echo out the strlen of text, as this is one of the parameters. So we're calling a function, and by calling this function we're returning a value of something else. So what we could do is just say return strlen text. So we're taking in a string of text and we're using our original function to echo this out, or return this value. So by echoing out length, return to this, calling this length function inside here, which is here, we're returning the value of this parameter here, and therefore we've successfully changed the name of the function. So what I suggest you do, if this is an idea that you would use, is you could keep a file called myfunctions, and what you could do is build upon your functions inside this database, inside this file. So for example we could have one saying echo out text, and we could create a function called say, and for that we would just echo out our let's say just say text. So for this we could echo out text, and by doing this, or let's say we'll echo out text. The reason being is that when we will scrap this, and I can say, I'll just say hello, and by doing that we're changing it from echo to say. We do have to include these brackets, but still you've got a function here. This is just an example. By refreshing, we're just giving out whatever we type in here. So if I change this and refresh, we're there basically. So what we've done here is we have successfully used functions to define the name of a function, take an input, and return out the original function name within PHP. Bear in mind, if it does take two parameters, then you'll need commas to separate. So for example, if you were, say, connecting to a database, we could say MySQL connect here, and our function is just going to be called, let's give it a name, connect, for example. And by doing this we need to give it more than one parameter. We need to say the server, we need to say the username and the password, and inside here we can say MySQL connect server username password. So to connect now to a MySQL server, all we need to do is type connect. We need to specify our local or our server, mine's localhost, our username and our password. And by doing this, we're calling this function and we're giving out this command. And here we could say or die error. If I refresh, we have an access denied error because I've made a spelling mistake or missed out a character. So let's go back and refresh, and nothing's happened. Presumably I've successfully connected. Let's say by changing our parameter in here to, let's say, google.com, and when I refresh, it takes a while. We have an error. So we can see that by doing this we can change our functions even if they have more than one parameter. You can change basic functions, you can change advanced functions. Just look up the function, how it's declared, how many parameters it takes, and you can easily modify it to your specification. Okay, so I hope this was interesting and useful, and please subscribe, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you around soon. Bye bye.